I tried to get a view here where I wasn't blocking the camera all the time. I noticed I was doing that. So this is a 16 by 20 inch canvas, black canvas. That's what I had laying around, or white canvas. You can use that too. And I sketched out and used some white gesso and some burnt umber acrylic. This is just acrylic paint. I wanted to put in a sugar shack. The maple syrup season is starting and I'm out there. I've got my trees tapped and I thought I'd do something to do with maple sugar, maple syrup. So there's my sugar shack and let me get started. So I'm going to use a limited palette. Again, I have freezer paper on here, mainly just for the easy cleanup. Titanium white, ultramarine blue, alizarin crimson, phthalo green, burnt sienna, cad yellow. The blue and white probably for the sky and snow. Crimson, phthalo green, use it. I'm going to make a dark mix out of that for my trees. Burnt sienna, yellow, probably use that someplace in the actual sugar shack here. All right, so let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do to make this paint just a little easier to spread is to put on this liquid clear. Let's put it on here and it just helps the paint to blend a little bit better. All right. That's better. See how this is going to work. I've got a dark mix here of phthalo green and alizarin crimson. And over here I've mixed up a little titanium white, a little ultramarine blue. I'm going to throw this in and see if I get the color I'm looking for. 1 inch brush. I have a misty look. All right, don't work that through here. Just work it through. Change the color up occasionally. The light blue sky mix. How about if I just let me put a little, occasionally drop a little crimson in there, see what that does. Yeah, that's really bright. Blend that in. Put some maple trees in here, I guess. A little blue, a little crimson, kind of a purpley look. Blue, crimson, a little white. Get it in there. Streak it in, streak it in. Let me get a mix. Let me get a mix. A little darker. Use the same mix, but darker than the sky. It's still distant, so not too dark, but might be purple. A little more blue. Mix up a flavor that you like. Let's see if I can just bring these hills here. Start here. More purple than I think I'd like, but you know what? It's okay. Distant hills, distant hills. Put these right through here. And we'll just keep, let's just keep working it bluer. Bluer, make it darker. Each row you put in a little darker as it goes down. A little darker. A little darker. Darker, darker. Now make sure that you're not doing these at an angle. Go back and actually pull them up a little bit. For a tree line, pull them straight up. Make sure you're going straight up, straight up. Otherwise it'll look like wind blowing in the grass. Straight up, straight up, straight up, something like that. Okay, well, you know, you never know how it's gonna look, right? You never know how it's gonna look. Another shade darker here. What do you call that? The background. And these will just be automatic trees. Blue, little dark mix. Automatic background trees here. Right over my cupola. A little darker in the foreground. Okay. Pull these up a little bit here and there. Here and there. Pull them up, pull them up, pull them up. Except for that one. Looks like a tree. I like that. Matter of fact, indications of some trees here. Why not? That's something. You know, I want this tree, this line, before I clean this out, as I'm looking at it. This line of trees, I want to be in front, so that it looks like this hill comes down in front of that hill. I'm going to take this dark mix here, put a little white. Should have pulled that right over first. This dark mix, a little white. Let's see if I can get something one shade darker. I'd like to get some. Here's my green. Just a hint. Let me see what that does for me. Just to give me some more. Yeah, okay, let me stand back. Could be a hair darker. Just trying to throw some indication of some distant trees back here. This is my dark mix, phthalo green, alizarin crimson. Indication there's some stuff here. Let's see, as I move forward to the other side, dark mix, my dark mix a little bit more, a little darker. Oh, let me see. Okay, more paint. Crimson, phthalo green. All right. Sporadic. Okay. Let me see. Maybe a little snowfield here. Work that right in. Work it right in. A little snowfield here. And then I'll go ahead and put the cabin in, but let's get a little snow here. Let's take some ultramarine blue, a little burnt sienna, ultramarine blue, burnt sienna for a dark mix. Pull that underneath my gable. Like that. Underneath the gables. Ultramarine blue, burnt sienna. Pull it down from the top. The side here. Same thing here. Ultramarine blue, burnt sienna. Pulling it down from the top. I want that to be darker. Darker. Dark mix. Dark enough? Yeah, it's got to be dark. Even darker. A little more blue. A little more blue. I want to keep this fairly light. I think burnt sienna. Let me see what I can come up with the mix is. A little white. Burnt sienna and white. If I pull that up from the bottom. Pull it up from the bottom. That might even be too light. Let me vary those colors a little bit. Vary them a little bit. The bottom up. Yeah, I like that better. Right into that overhang color. Oh yeah, I like that. Streaky look. Bottom up. Darker, burnt sienna in the dark mix. Pull this up. Streaky barn. Yeah, it looks pretty old-fashioned. Boiling maple syrup. You gotta let the steam out from somewhere, so we'll let it out right there. You get that dark mix again. Phthalo green. Too much phthalo green. Alizarin crimson. Blue. to be almost black there. There's a little window here. Here. Here, like that. Yeah, nice and dark. And darker here. Make sure this is dark. For my door. Clean that off. Should be using two, one for light, one for dark. Let me get another brush. Here. Small knife, dark mix. Edge of the knife. Something like that. And let's do this. Dark mix on the corner board. Some lines in here. Dark mix. Let's get some lines in here. Same thing here. I might even do this better with a palette knife. Let me see what this looks like. I want to put some snow on there though. So. Let's see, burnt sienna knife, burnt sienna, white, burnt sienna and white. Let's see what this looks like here. Throw some white right over that. I have to do something there. I don't like that. We'll figure it out. A little white on the palette knife. Just to lay some snow on here. Okay. Use a brush if you want. It's like breaking paint on the mountain, you know. Hold it flat, let it break off. Something like that. Dunk, dunk, dunk. A little bit here. A little bit here. Okay. A little bit here. There's some snow up on my roof. A little bit in there. Piddle it to death. Okay. Yeah, too much snow. Do it every time. Road here. The edges right around here. Driving right around the back. Like down. I'm going to make the snow deep here. Pull this down a little bit. And then I'll blend this in, yeah. And then let me do this. color in here. Now, pull some white horizontally across the roads, just white, I think. Let me get rid of some of this dirty stuff I have. I'll move that over here. See if I can just take some straight white here. Let's scooch it across the road, right up the bank. Bring these over. Almost like a waterfall. You can see that the snow, unevenly though. I need some of that dark back there, otherwise. Little road there. There, that's going back. Yeah, okay. Fan brush. I can see it now. See, it's going back behind. I didn't see it before. I see it now. Right between those two trees, where the road's going. See that? Darker. You take shadow here. Yeah. Pedal. Little snow. Just right up. Drifting snow. Hint, indication of some tracks. Set that into the snow. Lightly set that into the snow. Okay. Now let's put some snow drifts out front. Clean that brush. Some snow drifts here. Drift. And leave spots with this. Palette knife snow, let's see. If it works for snow on the mountain, why doesn't it work? It should just work just fine for this too. All right, let's pull some palette knife strokes here. Maybe a little spot here. I don't know, stand back and look at it, see if I like it at all. Brave, there it is. There's the tree right there. There's in crimson, Phthalo green. I want it to be darker, darker, darker. May add some blue to that too. Dark, dark, dark mix. Crimson, phthalo green, real dark. Right to the sky here. Put this guy right in, right here. There he is. He just grew right there. He's there now. I think, yeah, a nice big tree. Let me do this. Let me do this. I'm going to do this. Some of this with a palette knife. It still isn't dark enough. Let me mix up some paint, clean out that brush. Give myself a nice dark mix here. Crimson, green, and blue. See if I can pull some of this out. Make this tree a little bit more tree looking. Yeah, just pull it right out. Oh yeah, just get it all over the place. Well, there's going to be another tree there now. There'll be another tree. I'm going to pull this out. The knife right through everything. Right through here. Nice and sticky. Yeah, something like that. Okay, let me put some snow on that guy. My shadows are on the left, so let me fill this in a little bit better on the left. And my arm's right in the way. Nothing to be done. I'm just filling this in, Give myself a nice big tree. Yeah, he looks pretty good. Maybe. Shoot. Another guy right here. Right through the barn. Something like that. Right through the end of my barn. Yeah. Right down into there. There. Trees. Push that barn back. Now let's get some snow on those trees. I'll get some snow on the trees. And then I'll pull some branches out. A little titanium white. Okay. A little titanium white here. Let's pull some of that out. Let's see if I can sneak some on the trees here. Sneak it right on the outside of the tree. I'm trying to make it a little rounded, you know. Snow here and there on the trees. Yeah, I was wondering, how about I put snow on the roof? Let's take there's more of the snow right down here. Yeah. Yeah. Shoot. While we're in the snow business, put a little bit up here. Something. Okay, now. Be like a big drift right here, sitting right there. Okay, now let's pull some branches out on that tree. I might have overdone with the snow there. Might have put too much on, but pull some of that black back in. I mean, it's just snow. It's not a birch tree. Tree branch here. I'm messing everything up. Thicker as it gets to the tree though. Thinner as it comes out, obvious. And back in the day, this guy had a pretty good business, sugar shack, but yeah, push that back, push that right back. Let me think. One more here. Front. I could probably make it even darker yet. Darker. Little snow. A little bit here too. Why not? A raggedy looking thing. That's a sad looking limb. It is one sad looking limb there. Boom, boom, boom. All right, anything else we need to do here? Got a tree in there. I don't know. I don't think so. Could have put a snowy bush in the front, or maybe. Hey, you know what? You know what we could do? Phthalo green, alizarin crimson. You know, a bush right there. Part of a fence that used to be here. There's a fence right there. Fell down. Fence right there. Why not? Right across the front here. Behind here. Old fence. Old fence. Old fence. Just a fence. Maybe. There's a gate to the property. Pull this guy up a little bit. Let's do this. Something like that. This piece used to be here. It fell down. That's why that's like that. Snow on top of the fence. Snow right there. Let's tap it. Light's coming from the right. A little snow over here too. Why not? Just tap it. Tap it. worse you make it look, the better it is probably. All right. Anything else? How about I wonder if I can. How about this? How about this? A little indication of I don't know, maybe he's got some wood stacked back in there. Let's take burnt sienna, maybe right about here. Make that part of the overhang. Yeah, make that door a little bit smaller. Okay, square it off. Some dark mix here. A stack of wood here, but let's put all the ends here. Overdue. I want to overdo. Well, I thought a little hint of snow on the trees would be good. I went ahead and put a bunch of cordwood in here and stacked it up. Added a little piece to the fence. So back in the day, you could actually make a living doing maple syrup. And this place here that's just abandoned now is a road that leads, I don't know, way out to the woods here. There may have been some maple trees here before, but there's only one left. All right, we'll call that one about finished.